Hello everyone and Happy New Year. I haven't seen you guys since before in 2017, so Happy New Year. And I'm here today to talk about some New Year ideas. A lot of us spend a lot of time with our kids over the holiday break, and on one hand, it's really awesome because we get that time with them that we never get if we're working and they're in school. We don't get that one-on-one time to just kind of chill and relax and stay in your PJs all day and not have to rush everywhere. So that's really great. But then after a few days and being indoors all the time because it's freezing out, you're kind of like, oh my God, help me. And by the time school rolls around on January 2nd, you're like, here we go, it's time to school, let's go. I don't care if you're still in your PJs, you're going to school, right? So that's frustrating. We don't like to feel that way. I know I don't like to feel that way, even though I sometimes do. It's not a good feeling. And I send the kids back to school and then I think, gosh, what can I change? I don't want this year to start out this way. And I'm guessing a lot of you might feel that way too. So today I'm going to just tell you 3 little things that maybe you can implement or consider to try to change that dynamic. It's not going to happen on its own. If your kid is 2 and having tantrums, they're going to be 4 and having something else, and then they're going to be 12 and having something else. So it's always going to be something, so we have to do something to change that relationship and that dynamic. So the first thing I want to offer today is maybe opposite of what you think I might offer as a suggestion, but it's an opportunity to build connection. I'm on my phone a lot. I have a smartwatch. We're connected to so many other things outside of our relationships throughout the day that it's really important to find, even if it's 2 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, whatever that number is, pick it and stick to it. And it's not just like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my kid and we're going to play a puzzle. It's really letting go of your expectations of what that 2-minute or 5-minute window should look like. It's letting go of judgment. So you're going to sit in the playroom or space with your child and say, hey, Sally, I'm here to play with you. I've got 5 minutes. What would you like to do? And whatever it is they want to do, you let them direct that time. They are directed by us so often, so it's really nice to give them that time to kind of direct the play as to what's going to happen. Also, not judging. So like if they're cheating at this game, let them cheat. Kind of let it go and just kind of whatever happens, happens. Because it's really important that we don't do what we normally do in that non-connection time, as far as like, oh, you're being mean to your sister. Oh, why don't you finish your dinner? Oh, this, that. Let's not judge during this 5-minute connection time. Let's just play and try to keep things as easy as possible. So that's one of the things that I would suggest is creating a time and a space for that one-on-one connection where we slow down, we take our agenda off our mind, and we really just connect one-on-one with our child, 2-on-1 if we have 2 children, whatever it is. We work out a way to slow everything down, take the agendas off the table, and really just give in to the direction of our child and let them lead the way and show us what they're interested in, the path they want to go on. So the second thing I'm going to offer is the opposite of connection. It's space. Give them some space. Give them some breathing room to kind of go about their project, their day, the way they want. Granted, it's 2 degrees outside today and it's freezing, so I don't really want my kids to wear a skirt and flip-flops. But giving them the space to create their own image. For example, they want to wear a skirt with pants. Fine, go ahead. You're warm. It's fine. No problem. If they want to mix up the Play-Doh of all the colors and mush them and make them all brown, I don't like that. I like to keep my colors separate. But if that's what they want, giving them the space to create their own being and to express their own selves is really important. It also gives them a lot of opportunities to be responsible as far as, directing their own structure of how they're playing or how they're being. Sometimes we get frustrated with our kids because they're not following our order, our way of being, for example. So giving them that space to kind of let them be who they are. They're the goofy one, they're the shy one. It might not mesh well with what I would want, but it's not about me, it's about them. So giving them some space is number 2. And the final thing I would offer is all about you. It's self-care. I'm sure you've heard this before, but I don't think any of us take good enough care of ourselves. I went to bed super late last night. I don't always eat well because I'm rushed, so I just quickly hurry up and grab something. We need to get better care of ourselves. I can't tell you how many clients I've spoken to that have complained that they don't have time to go do the simplest things, like take a walk, because they say, oh, but I have to do this and I have to do that, and the number of things that we have to do. This needs to be added to the list. We really need to take care of ourselves. The more we take care of ourselves, the more we can take care of our kids. I mean, you've heard this 1,000 times. You've heard you can't fill from an empty cup, I think is the phrase. I'm sure you've also heard that, on an airline, on a flight, they tell the parents, put on your mask first before you put on the mask of your child. They do this because we need to be okay. If we're not okay in our relationship with our partners, if we're not okay in our relationship with ourselves, we're not going to be okay in that relationship with our child, and we'll be projecting whatever we're holding on the inside outwards to our children. So please, these 3 things, consider, try out, tell me what you think. Feel free to post a comment if you have another idea, or if you try this and you felt like, wow, this really made a shift. Or you can private message me as well. So connection, space, and self-care are the 3 things that I think would be a good way to kick off 2018. So that's all I have to say for today. Happy New Year. Bye.